Dolton Mayor Tiffany Hinyard is in a whole heap of trouble. So she's already been accused of absconding with taxpayer funds and spending these funds on lavish trips and a personal security detail that defies reason. She's also been accused of having vetoed an investigation into her spending, claiming that the allegations against her were a fiction. But now she faces allegations that her office was engaged in retaliatory conduct and harassment and discrimination. Let's have a look. Now, this article comes to us from NBC News Chicago. Disturbing allegations made against Dolton Mayor and elected village trustee. NBC Chicago has learned the Illinois Department of Human Rights is investigating complaints of sexual harassment and retaliation filed against Dolton Mayor Tiffany Hinyard, the village of Dolton and Thornton Township. NBC Chicago obtained copies of the complaints through a FOIA request. A former female employee who was Mayor Hinyard's assistant alleges retaliation, sexual harassment, and discrimination after she raised concerns about an apparent non-consensual sexual encounter between her and an unnamed village trustee. A Dolton police officer said in a separate complaint filed with the Department of Human Rights that he has also faced retaliatory actions for coming forward with what he witnessed. The incident allegedly occurred during an economic development trip to Las Vegas last May. Probably one of those trips that Dolton Mayor Tiffany Hinyard is accused of having absconded with taxpayer funds to pay for. The trip was attended by Mayor Hinyard and a handful of village representatives, including her former assistant, who filed a complaint with the Illinois Department of Human Rights and 2 village trustees. We are not naming the woman because NBC Chicago does not name people who possibly were a victim of an unwanted sexual encounter. According to her complaint, the woman said she went to dinner with an unnamed Dolton trustee. The complaint then recounts the following events. After dinner, she said she started to feel disoriented and extremely lightheaded, as if the ground was moving. She said she blacked out. According to the complaint, the next morning she woke up in the trustee's hotel room with no memory of how she got there, experiencing physical discomfort. She said after returning to Dolton, Officer Byron Miles, who was part of Hinyard's security detail and who also went on that trip to Las Vegas, told her a trustee on the trip told him that the trustee had unprotected sex with her. Officer Miles has also filed a complaint with the Human Rights Department. The woman stated in her complaint that after she was told this, she went immediately to seek medical care. Both complaints then provide details of a meeting that took place the following day with the former assistant, Officer Miles, and one Mayor Hinyard. At this meeting, the woman informed Hinyard that she would never willingly have sex with the trustee. Officer Miles informed Hinyard and the woman that the trustee called him that night in Las Vegas. The trustee then bragged about the sexual activities he engaged in with the woman, Miles's complaint says, suggesting that she may not have had the ability to consent or did not provide consent. According to the complaint, Officer Miles recorded some of the conversation with his iPhone, because of course he did, because we all record everything nowadays. According to the complaints, the mayor said that if this information became public, she would be ruined. That all the work she'd done, allegedly using taxpayer funds for things that they should not be used for, all this good work that she's done would be lost. The ex-employee said the mayor told her she would take care of it and to trust her. Days later, according to her complaint, the woman was put on unpaid medical leave, though she says she did not request to be put on leave. She was later terminated. This is the essence of a retaliation lawsuit. She was terminated because she brought a complaint of sexual misconduct in the office place or in the workplace, because by going on a trip with officials from the city that was sponsored by the city, the office place extended to Las Vegas where the trip was. So the sexual misconduct occurred in the office place. And it would not have occurred had she not been working with the city in Las Vegas. She was then terminated, essentially, she alleges, because the mayor said she would be ruined if this came out. So let's just get rid of the problem by terminating her. In his complaint, Officer Miles alleges that he was demoted to patrol duty, among other retaliation, for coming forward as a witness. So he was on the mayor's private security detail, one that, according to other allegations against the mayor, is being paid lavishly, getting massive amounts of overtime for essentially carting the mayor around. And now he's been demoted to patrol duty, all because of this incident and his willingness to be a witness. Both are asking for back pay, front pay, punitive damages, and attorney's fees. As well they should. If these allegations are true, as well you should. In a statement to NBC Chicago, the Village states, so this is the Village's position, not the mayor's position, the Village's position. The Village of Dolton conducted a thorough investigation into these allegations. The investigation was led by an independent third-party company consisting of former law enforcement officers, none of whom have ever been affiliated with the Village of Dolton. Former police officer Miles was interviewed and denied knowing anything about these allegations. Also, despite numerous attempts by the village's independent investigators to contact the alleged victim, she refused to give a statement or cooperate with our investigation. Unfortunately, this is nothing more than two disgruntled village employees who are trying to make off with the taxpayers' hard-earned dollars. The village looks forward to defending these allegations and pursuing all other available remedies to the village. The attorney who represents both the woman and Officer Miles says Officer Miles is in fact still employed with the Dolton Police Department. He also told us a criminal complaint on behalf of Mayor Hinyard's ex-assistant is imminent. So if we're to believe what the statement that the Village of Dolton put out, then there's a problem, because they say that the police officer is a former police officer, but he says, no, I'm still a police officer. If the city of Dolton, the Village of Dolton, can't get that basic fact right, why should we believe the rest of what they have to say in their statement? Look, at the end of the day, the allegations regarding the financial issues with respect to the Village of Dolton and its mayor are demonstrably true. The allegations concerning this nonprofit organization and the funds that are flowing through the nonprofit organization, they appear to be true as well. And now we have this additional issue, and a current police officer with the Village of Dolton is corroborating the events that this woman who is alleging that she was sexually harassed, essentially raped, has brought to the fore. Shows that there is likely some credibility to what this woman is saying. And based on everything that we've seen regarding Mayor Hinyard, it stands to reason that she would likely say something to the effect of, if this became public, I'd be ruined. That just sounds like something she would say, given everything that she said up to this point. But let me know what you think in the comments below. For now, my name is Nathan Saunders, and this is The Legal Good.